If you've been shopping for a compact SUV lately, you already know the problem. Everything starts to feel the same. Same shape, same tech package, same promises, and then you drive it and realize it's either underpowered, noisy, or packed with features you'll stop using after week 2. But the Kia Sportage has been quietly doing something different, and for the newest version, it gets even harder to ignore. Because the Sportage isn't trying to be the flashiest SUV on the lot. It's trying to be the one you actually enjoy living with. The one that feels roomy every single day. The one that doesn't fight you with annoying controls. The one that gives you real powertrain choices, gas, hybrid, or plug-in, without punishing you on comfort or usability. And here's the hook. Most people think the Sportage is loved because of the screens and the styling. That's part of it. But it's not the real reason. The real reason is deeper. The way Kia tuned the whole experience to feel easy, confident, and modern, without making it complicated. So in this video, I'm going to break down the features people actually love, the ones that matter after the honeymoon phase is over. And yes, we're going to talk engines, transmissions, AWD, real-world efficiency, and the small details that make a big difference when you own it for years. Stay with me, because by the end, you'll know exactly which Sportage version fits you best and which trim decisions are actually worth your money. This is Royer Motors, and if you want more honest, useful breakdowns like this, make sure you're subscribed. Now let's talk about why the Sportage is winning so many people over, starting with the part you notice first, but also the part that's not the main reason it's loved. The newest Sportage leans into a cleaner, more confident look. Instead of trying to look like a concept car on the street, it goes with a sharper, more upright front end and a more premium presence. It's the kind of styling that doesn't get old fast, because it looks intentional, not trendy. And that matters more than people admit. When you own a vehicle for years, you don't want a design that feels dated just because the industry moved on to the next design gimmick. But the real magic starts when you get inside, because one of the biggest reasons people love the Sportage is simple. It feels bigger than it's supposed to. This is a compact SUV that behaves like it's one class above in everyday space. The rear seat legroom is the kind that makes passengers stop complaining. Adults can sit back there and not feel punished. And the cargo area is practical in the way that actually counts. It's not just big on paper, it's shaped in a way that makes it easy to load. That available dual-screen panoramic setup is another big love it moment. Because it doesn't just look cool, it makes the cabin feel modern and high-end. And Kia finally leaned into what people were begging for. Wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto on the newer setup, so you're not constantly dealing with cables just to use the features you actually rely on. But here's the part people don't always say out loud. It's not just the screens, it's how the cabin is laid out. The Sportage hits that sweet spot where it feels techy without feeling like you need a tutorial. You don't want to fight your car just to change a setting. You want the car to feel like it's working with you. Now, let's get into the feature that separates nice SUV from I actually want to keep this for a long time SUV, the powertrain lineup. Because Kia did something smart here. Instead of forcing everyone into one best option, they built a Sportage family that matches different lifestyles, and they made each one compelling. The regular gas Sportage uses a 2.5-liter inline-4 with 187 horsepower and 178 lb-ft of torque, designed to run on regular fuel. That matters if you're the kind of driver who wants straightforward ownership. No complicated electrification, no plug-in schedule, no extra systems to think about, just get in and go. And here's a detail people overlook. This engine isn't some tiny turbo that has to work overtime every time you accelerate. It's a larger displacement 4-cylinder built for steady daily driving. It's paired with an 8-speed automatic transmission, which is something many people appreciate because it avoids the CVT feeling some drivers can't stand. Gear changes feel normal, predictable, and smooth. Fuel economy on the gas model is solid for the segment, and the real advantage is how easy it is to live with regular gas, traditional automatic, and enough power to feel confident for commuting, merging, and road trips. And yes, it can actually do real work too. Properly equipped, it's rated to tow up to 2,500 pounds with trailer brakes. That's not full-size truck territory, but for a small trailer, a light utility setup, or weekend gear, it's a useful capability that many rivals don't emphasize the same way. Now, that's the base story. But if you want the version that most people fall in love with after one drive, it's the hybrid. The Sportage Hybrid, the best of both worlds choice. The hybrid is where the Sportage turns into a different kind of value. It uses a turbocharged 1.6-liter paired with an electric motor setup, and for this version, the combined output sits around 232 horsepower, which gives it stronger everyday punch than you'd expect from a compact SUV focused on efficiency. And this is where people start smiling, because the hybrid doesn't just save fuel, it changes the feel of the vehicle. Electric torque helps with that initial launch from a stop. Acceleration feels smoother. Around town, it feels more responsive without needing to rev like crazy. Then there's the mileage. Depending on configuration, the Sportage Hybrid can reach up to about 42 mpg combined in EPA estimates for certain trims, and that's why so many buyers see it as the sweet spot. You get stronger performance than the base engine, and you dramatically cut fuel stops. Another underrated feature people love: the hybrid uses a 6-speed automatic instead of a CVT. That's a big deal for drivers who want hybrid efficiency, but still want a normal, familiar driving feel. And when you add AWD to the conversation, the Sportage gets even more interesting. AWD plus terrain modes, the feature people don't expect in this class. A lot of compact SUVs offer AWD, but it's often tuned like an afterthought. Kia made it feel more intentional, especially on trims that include terrain mode for things like snow, mud, or sand. Now, be clear, this doesn't turn the Sportage into a rock crawler, but it does improve confidence when conditions get messy. And that matters because real life isn't always dry pavement. For families, commuters, and anyone who deals with rain, rough roads, or occasional dirt trails, it's a feature that makes the vehicle feel more capable without needing a truck. And if you're the kind of person who wants the Sportage to lean more rugged, that's where trims like X-Line come into play, with extra ground clearance on AWD versions and a more adventure-ready look. But the most tech-meets-real-life version of the Sportage is the plug-in hybrid. The Sportage plug-in hybrid, the commute on electricity, road trip on gas strategy. This is the powertrain for the buyer who wants to slash fuel costs and still keep total freedom. The Sportage plug-in hybrid combines the turbo setup with a bigger battery, producing 268 horsepower and delivering an EPA estimated 34 miles of all-electric range. Think about what that means in real life. If your daily commute is short to medium, you might drive on electricity most days. And when you want to travel, you're not trapped by charging infrastructure. You still have a gas engine backing you up. People love this setup because it makes the SUV feel future-proof without being limiting. You get the quiet, smooth EV-style driving in the morning, and then you can road trip like normal on the weekend. It also includes smart features like regenerative braking tuning, so you can recover energy while slowing down. Again, it's not a gimmick, it's something you feel every day because it changes how often you need to charge and how efficient the system can be. And yes, it's still rated to tow, up to 2,000 pounds with trailer brakes, so even the electrified version doesn't become fragile or city-only. Now, engines and numbers are only half the reason people love the Sportage. The other half is the daily experience, the little things, the stuff you only appreciate after weeks and months. Practical comfort, the Sportage wins the daily life test. One reason families and commuters keep choosing the Sportage is comfort without drama. The seating position feels SUV right, higher than a sedan, not awkward like some tall crossovers. The cabin feels airy, visibility is good, and the interior design has that clean, modern Kia vibe that makes it feel more expensive than it is in many trims. Rear passengers benefit from real adult-friendly space, and when you fold seats down, the cargo area becomes the kind of practical storage that makes you stop thinking about, do we have enough room? You just load your stuff and go. Kia also leaned into useful charging. Multiple USB ports, available USB-C in the right places, and overall, a cabin that feels designed for the way people live now. Phones, devices, navigation, everything. Infotainment and displays, modern without being annoying. A lot of brands went all screen, no soul. Kia did something smarter. Give you big, clear displays, modern software, but still keep things usable. That available curved display layout with the dual 12.3-inch screens looks premium, and the system supports the smartphone integration people actually use every day. Add features like available head-up display on certain versions, and suddenly this compact SUV starts feeling like something you'd expect from a higher segment. And if you've ever owned a vehicle where the infotainment lags, freezes, or makes you tap through endless menus, you know how much that matters. People love the Sportage because it generally feels responsive and logical, like it was designed to be used, not just shown off in a showroom. Safety and driver assistance, confidence without paranoia. Modern buyers care about safety, but they don't want the car to feel like it's constantly yelling at them. The Sportage lineup includes a strong set of available driver assistance features depending on trim, things like forward collision avoidance, blind spot monitoring features, rear cross-traffic alerts, and advanced highway driving assistance on higher trims. And one of the biggest trust builders is that Kia backs the ownership experience with an industry-leading warranty, including coverage out to 10 years, 100,000 miles for the powertrain, and for hybrid components like the battery as well in the hybrid lineup. That warranty is one of the reasons cautious buyers still end up choosing Kia. It lowers the fear of the unknown. The trim decision that most people get wrong. Let's be brutally honest. Most buyers overpay for the wrong features and underpay for the right ones. Here's the mindset shift. Choose your Sportage based on the part of the car you cannot change later. You can always add accessories, you can always upgrade audio later, you can always add little comfort features with the right trim, but you cannot easily change your powertrain decision after purchase. So ask yourself one question. Do you want the simplest ownership, or the best daily efficiency, or the ability to drive electric most days? If you want simple, traditional ownership with solid value, the gas Sportage makes sense. If you want the best balance and you drive a lot, the Sportage Hybrid is the sweet spot. If your commute fits electric range and you want maximum fuel savings with flexibility, the Sportage plug-in hybrid is the power move. Now, let's talk about why everyone loves this SUV in one sentence. Because it gives you the feeling of a bigger, more premium vehicle, while letting you pick the powertrain that matches your life, without turning ownership into a complicated science project. And that's why it's not just selling, it's building loyalty. At the end of the day, features aren't just checkboxes. The features people love are the ones that keep making your life easier after the excitement fades. A cabin that feels spacious every morning, a powertrain that fits your routine, tech that works without frustration, comfort that doesn't collapse after long drives, confidence in bad weather, and a warranty that lets you breathe. That's the Sportage formula. And for the newest version, it's stronger than ever.